So it was a very good doubles match between young guns Chris and Reed against Ira
Old guns
and Ian, or old guns as we like to say.
Floppy guns.
A very tough three-setter, and I'm really glad that you guys decided to play out the third set instead of a 10-point tiebreak that you see in high school and even college matches. Actually, you're going to be coming across that, Chris. Unfortunately, it's even no ad and all these crazy rules. So it's nice to see no ad scoring on top of playing out the full third if it does happen. It did seem like you guys were pretty nervous in the beginning. You guys were very tentative. You weren't swinging out on it. Obviously, this is essential tennis, so it's a very different kind of court. Even though you guys have probably played here before in its previous reincarnation as a tennis club. Did you guys feel nervous at all in the first 6 or 7 games compared to the remainder of the tennis match?
Yeah, definitely a little tight. I wouldn't say I was nervous, but I definitely wasn't comfortable with having a mic on my back, and it kind of just took me a couple games to set it in.
Yeah, it took a couple games to just get used to the court and my strokes and all that.
Mm-hmm. And you guys felt comfortable, even if they are hitting with relatively stronger pace than you guys are used to when it comes to doubles.
Yeah, I feel like you guys handled it really well. You bounced back really nicely in the second set. We have people coming in here for the first time all the time, and I want to commend you guys for coming in the way you handled it, because it is a big feeling to play in here. You might not necessarily feel nervous or tight, but there's just a different weight, I think, to playing in front of the cameras and all that. So congrats to you guys for bouncing back. But it's totally normal to have the slower start. And Ira and I have been in this situation a lot of times, so it's definitely a big advantage for us in the beginning.
Yeah, that's what kind of we were mentioning in our confessionals, that this wasn't what we were expecting in the first set. And I'm sure that once they figure it out, it'll be a much more competitive match, and that's what it turned out to be. I'm glad it was, because I was a little nervous for you guys in the first set.
Yeah, we fully expected after winning the first that the second set was going to be a much bigger battle.
Mm-hmm. So when did you and Ira decide hey, we might want to change strategies now, because Reed and Chris were starting to come up on you guys in halfway through the second set?
I don't feel like we really ever changed. I think our emphasis was just on being solid and not making stupid mistakes.
I don't think I had a strategy. Just I think duck and cover.
I think you guys changed significantly, though.
Yeah,
your return game really went from a singles type of return where you're staying so far back and not moving in to towards the end. You both were taking the ball on the rise and really coming after it. And it was paying dividends.
A lot of double back too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got whiplash watching your forehand returns whiz by the
Well, there was one that you were 3 feet inside the baseline, just took it on the rise, and Mark was saying I don't think the camera caught that.
Yeah.
It was a great shot.
I don't think my neck can move that fast.
I talked to Mark about how you guys normally play, and you didn't surprise me in any way. I knew what you were going to do, that you were going to hit your bombs, you were going to hit some crazy drop shots, great lobs, that sort of thing, and you were going to move together well. And I think that largely that's what happened when you guys played. It really came down to, I think, just serves and returns. Really, don't you think? Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys made slightly more returns and were a little more
on half of their team.
Well,
the other half we couldn't touch.
Yeah. But the fact is that, if we took the numbers and we looked at it, you guys returned just a tiny bit better, and you served probably a little higher percentage of first serves. And really that could have been the whole difference maker there. Because other than that, the net exchanges
were awesome. It was just a couple
points.
Yeah. The second set and third set were just razor thin. So I totally agree.
Well, and this is something Mark and I were talking about on the first game of the second set, where Ira missed that call. You missed the call. Let's be honest. Okay. You won that game, and it was game point.
After
it was break
8
point.
deuces.
It was break point, and had you lost that, we wouldn't have been talking about a third set.
Yeah.
Which is
that's what we said in our thing.
It's razor thin. Razor thin. That was really good tennis. It was fun to watch, fun to be here, and good job.
Now, focusing back on you guys, since it's your first time here, and first of all, we want to commend you guys not only being here but your maturity, because I was telling Scott, my goodness, I would have been completely different in my demeanor as an 18-year-old playing on here. So awesome to see that you guys are, very mature for your age. But what were some things that you had to do differently against a more experienced doubles team compared to what you would do in a 16 or 18 and under tournament or high school tennis tournament at state?
There's definitely a lot less errors and like a lot of like USTA doubles. It's just two singles players playing together, and even high school, it's just like just a different level of competition. I feel like so you kind of have to be a lot sharper, and you can't. There's not a lot of room for error against a more experienced team. Yeah.
You, like Reed said, there's like a lower level of competition in high school, and you just have to like figure out how to move together against opponents like Ira and Ian.
That's a very astute point. Moving together, like when the other person's hitting the ball, getting in the most optimal position, and we talked about that a little bit when you were playing. There were a couple of instances where I shook my head and go, no, that's not it. But for the most part, I mean, you guys did a pretty good job of that, and you guys did a really good job of it as well.
For not playing together in 8 years.
But the thing is, that, like, there was a lot of talk, there was a lot of chatter, when the ball was on your side of the net, like mine, yours, mine, that sort of thing, and that's great.
Yeah, you kept taking my forehand sitters away.
Sorry.
That's all right. And next time we're playing backhands in the
middle. I think, Ira covered me in particular really well, I think. And just in general, before the whole conversation is done, I just want to say thanks to Ira. I mean, he definitely kept us going competitively. I really dropped to kind of a low spot, like emotionally, in the end of the second set when I got Ira broken.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I straight up, sure. Like, I got you broken when you were serving for the match. And it was tough for me to bounce back from that, honestly.
And I was doing all that smack talking before the game, and then I had to lose it.
Yeah, totally. But I really feel like Ira carried me today, so I want to say thanks to Ira.
I would like to thank Ira, and I'd like to thank both of you guys because you each won me a beer from Mark.
Nice.
All right, Mark, how many bets are you going to lose up there?
A lot.
For real though, how many bets have you won?
2 to you, I think.
You can't win a bet if you don't make a bet.
Yeah.
So.
Topher's lost some bets.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, it might be a gambling thing, but the more I lose, I'm this much closer to winning. Which is so
horrible. Never go to the casino.
Now, as a math minor, I'm going to tell you no.
I just want to, I'm glad. I was a little nervous when Chris showed up instead of Oscar. Just dealing with Chris' serve is a much larger task.
I haven't seen that since college.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for next year he's going to go play college. I'm excited to see what happens. Reed is going into his senior year. Junior year. Jeez. Junior year.
This year. Junior.
I'm
a junior right now.
I'm really glad they were willing to play. It's not an easy place to play, even though you're not necessarily thinking about what you look like on camera or anything like that. But there is a little bit of underlying anxiety to coming out on a court that you haven't played on in years, and a fast court, and so I just want to say thanks for coming out. That was a lot of fun. We can do it again.
Yeah. Now, would you guys do anything differently? Next time.
Try to
more
win.
returns.
Stop going down the line every time.
I think we would have started a lot faster.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I bet you will next time too.
Yeah.
Bring more energy. One of the things that you were going for returns to win the point rather than to like get in the point, and that was the thing.
And they won a bunch of them.
No, you did. But again, like
it can be difficult.
Three
to
down the
line,
out. And then 5 misses.
Right.
I like that. I like those numbers.
It's so hard in their, in their position. It's so hard to make a couple of them. Mm-hmm. It's such an alluring, like when you smash it and you make it, and the net player is just like frozen. It's so hard not to go back to that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah, it's a different. Yeah, Ira and I were definitely looking for more setup. I went down the line twice.
And we had to argue about
sets.
if
I was. And Ira didn't want to let me do it. He was like,
no,
you're going cross. This is in the third set. I was like, I'm gonna go down that way, and Ira was like, no.
And again, asking you another question, what did you feel like you did really well today? I mean, what was your best play? What was your go-to?
Don't say serve, because that's an obvious answer.
Yeah, besides serving.
I mean,
but like what point play strategy? What did you feel like? Okay, we're sticking to this because it's working.
Probably just like to crash the net.
Yeah. When we were the aggressors, it turned out a lot better because they were kind of hard to get by sometimes when they were putting balls, and they just are kind of like larger than playing like teens like me. So I feel like being aggressive at the net.
Larger before. All right.
I totally agree though. I mean that was one thing. Again, another thing we were talking about is like you guys. If you play proactive tennis and you seize control of the point as opposed to reacting to what they were doing, you guys were really like dictating pace and what was happening there. And I think that next time you guys play, because there will be next time I assume, that go into that match with that sense of like, okay, that we're going to push you back and you're going to try and push us. You're going to try and react to that, rather than letting them push you first. And that's such a big part of doubles, I think. Which is incidentally,
really
you guys have another match coming up, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, let's turn to so based on what you guys saw, how do you feel about the matchup?
In elevator
All will
pitch.
be revealed.
Gonna take us on a journey?
On a journey.
Well,
no.
Well, go ahead. Well, we were talking that we get to see you guys play. I mean, we'd be fine playing a match here against other opponents and you guys commentating to kind of even the grounds. So that's your call, though. Obviously, you and your team.
You guys know what you're gonna get from me.
Yeah.
A lot of sloppy.
It's okay. We'll have a nice
Shenanigans.
6-pack of IPAs right there for you to kind of soothe you up.
I like the matchup. I think that it's a good one. I think that like you and I kind of play a similar style of doubles, and you guys are big hitters and cover a lot of court. And I think it'll be a fun match. I think it's really gonna hinge on who's playing well. That's what it is. I think we're probably pretty evenly matched.
We'll find out soon.
Yep. That said, we're gonna kill you.
No chance.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
No, thanks
Gentlemen?
for having us.
Yeah,
It was
that was
fun.
a lot of fun.
Thank
Cool
you for playing.
experience, yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good of you guys to play. Ira, thank you.
Great
Thank
job,
you for doing
guys.
the commentary, gentlemen. Appreciate
Always
it.
a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.